Today we are going to make a Japanese style build. It's the first video in my series of helping you guys experimenting with different styles of builds, and I hope you enjoy. Alright, so for my building choices, I have a lot of stone brick, concrete, some spruce. Spruce will be heavy and big. We have a trapdoor and door, which are oak. That will be nice. Our lighting choice, we have lanterns, as they are the best. They're aesthetically pleasing for this type of build. And then some spruce fence. And of course, I'll be adding other things here and there. That was just the main things that were going to be used. Just thought I'd clarify that. Alright, so right now, we're going to start with the base. Now here is where you have your blank canvas, and you can just start doing anything because it really doesn't matter at this point. So right now I'm gonna start doing a base and just go a little around everywhere. You know, I don't have anything in mind right now. I'm just throwing some blocks around. So right here I'm doing a little design choice. I'm putting a bit of spruce in front of the brick, but leaving one block so we see a bit of the stone brick once it will all be finished. And this will give a nice look, and we will see some of that stone brick foundation at the end. Next thing you want to do is at the corners, raise this higher, and that will be your side. I'm gonna raise it just a little bit higher. A lot of Japanese houses seem taller, some are smaller, but I'm gonna make mine a little taller than not. So since we do not have a corner here, we'll just replace this with this, then just bring these two up high as well. Now ideally you want it the same level, doesn't really matter, we're gonna have the same level, and then just go on and do that with every side. Quick. So as you see, we have a center block here, and so I'm not gonna keep this on, but what we want a pretty high roof, like that would probably work. We can maybe even go a little higher. So this is a little roof design that I did. I fooled around a little bit, and what you want is really to have kind of an arch and not a reverse arch, if you will, and not make it too even. You can't have a straight triangle, so I have a bit of an arch, and all I did is just recreate it on both sides, and it's really nice as it kind of bends down and it has a good effect to it. Alright, so now I made the side. It's a bit of the same process for roof design, but since it's on the side, I can go ahead and fill it up since there's going to be nothing under it. The other roofs will overlap on top of it, so I can finish building that in. That is why I did not build in the first roof, as there will be many other roofs. It doesn't really matter the side of the roof you do. I just rather go from lowest to highest, as it will make everything easier. So right here, I just decided to make a little deck area outside. It will be different from the front and will provide a nice backyard view if you want when you have an actual world. I'm just doing this flat world so you won't get much out of it, but in a real world it could really look nice. Also, when building a build, it's important not to be discouraged. Looking at my build right now, it's hard to visualize anything going on, but I have my vision and I'm going all for it. So things weren't even, but I changed the base, and instead of adding my usual pillar every other block, since this is uneven, I'm just going to take it off. It makes it open and it's going to be nice. Now it's going to be time to make the roof. For the roof here, it's pretty much the same, but I went a lot higher than the other, and you see the overlapping on the left. Now this is not perfect. I'm gonna have to rework the roof because it looks very skinny, but here, just on that, I see it's a little too skinny. All I can do is just put a stone brick and it already looks better. But all I can do now is link it up to the other side, and for this roof, the shape is pretty much done. So I finished filling in the top roof, and as you see, it is by far the highest one, and it's going to overlap the deck one and the front one. Now Yes, I know, don't spam me in the comments. I know that it is not perfectly centered with um, the front one, but that is okay. Imperfections in these types of build is what truly makes it perfect, and I'll show you how to make it so that it looks beautiful even though there's an imperfection. Actually, before we start filling all the things in white, let me just add a bit of spruce to it, because or else it'll be a little blank. We'll fix that later, but for now I think it still would not hurt to add a little something. So let's just add some spruce logs here and there. No need to be too much, just finish these things, get a couple going right here. Let's do we have centerpiece here? We do not. That doesn't matter. Let's just have a couple things going in here. Like I said, for most of this build I'm pretty much winging it. Oh, there's a centerpiece. Actually, you know what, that could look pretty cool. We're gonna keep that there. Put this. Alright, so it's looking a little more complete. Now we can start putting in the white concrete. You could also try this with quartz, but I think white concrete does a better job. I'll fill this all in, then I'll be back. Alright, now that all the concrete is in place, I actually want to make a change. So this that was stone brick before, I'm going to change for just some spruce like I had, or some spruce planks I should say. I think it's gonna make a nice difference, gonna be nice, because we're getting a lot of stone bricks right now with the roof. Certainly covers a lot of it. We'll maybe use more, but for what stone is, I think pretty much done. Now to start off, I actually want to do this trick that I learned a few years back, which is really nice. You put your planks like this, and that creates sort of a little thing like that. So I'm going to do that along the side where I can, and it's actually really nice. I'll show you. Alright, so just a small thing like that has made a difference. The next thing I'm going to do is integrate more spruce planks, and by doing that I'll just put some on the bottoms here. And in goes the spruce slabs, and we are going to put them where we put our spruce planks, so on top of here. Now for the windows, all I did is made holes throughout the build and added trapdoors. Now I didn't put just normal glass because it adds to the effect like sunlight, and I know there's a bunch of stuff that wasn't there in the last clip, but that's because I lost the recording, so I'm sorry for that. But let's continue. Alright, now it's time to start adding some lighting. So what we're going to do, put one fence post like this. We're going to break this, put a fence post, and then put a light source. And you do that pretty much everywhere, and it's going to look very good. Sometimes you don't even have to, you just place it. You do what you do to want it to look good. There's no good or wrong answer here. All it is you letting yourself go. Do you like it or not? If you do, you can put it. There's no stress in this. You do what you want to do. Alright, so now we have our lanterns in place. So at night, this is going to look fantastic. I won't put night mode right now because I'll leave that for the big reveal after, but it is really nice. Now we're gonna add a couple decorations like flowers, flower pots, and then after that we'll be pretty much done with the build itself, but we'll do a bit of terraforming around it to make it look even prettier. So as I'm adding flowers, it's good to experiment with different things. Like you can put flower pots, which are really good. You can put small flowers, whatever. But one thing that is good, put a dirt block and then you surround it by trap doors. You put a block and it really makes a nice aesthetically pleasing plant. And then you could also do it with bigger plants like rose bush or lilac, peonies, whatever it is, but experiment with different things. So flowers in place, we'll add a little bit more detail to the windows, and that will actually just be using these spruce trapdoors. Whenever you want, you can just put them on the side. You really can go easy with this. It's a no stress place. Just do this, have fun. Put it where you want. Now for these, I'm going to put them symmetrical, but it's all up to you. So right here, all I'm doing is adding extra little detail. It's nothing big, just going around and adding different blocks or fence posts or whatever I think would just add to a little bit of blankness. Here I tried with some white concrete, doesn't work out, I just changed it back to some spruce. And then I'm looking for little areas that could look for a little something extra. And for the top here, I choose to just add a fence. And something so simple can make a difference. Now that you have your outdoors pretty much decorated, we can go inside. Now I added a few fence posts here to add a bit of an aesthetic. Not too clean, but it kind of adds to this kind of natural look that we're going for. In here, at an entrance, not too much going on, a couple light sources. And one thing that I added is kind of a sliding door. So what I did, I put two spruce trapdoors, and then I stacked a couple, and then it kind of gives this illusion that it's sliding doors, that you can slide them, and it's quite nice. Now in here you still have a lot of space, also the balcony, and you can do whatever you want here. You can maybe put a little dojo, a house, whatever it may be, and then you can make a second level to this. Beginning, when everything was started, nothing special about it was going on. I wasn't sure if it was going to be nice or not, but if I do say so myself, I think it turned out pretty good. Now I'm no master builder myself, you know, I'm not as good as people like Green or Scar or whoever may be, but I think the main thing about building and getting good at building is just experimenting with things and letting your imagination go. A lot of times in this video, I wasn't sure about something was going to turn out nice or not, but I just went for it, and the end result is pretty good. The building itself is pretty much done. I'd probably use this in my world and be a dojo or something. I'd build a dojo place here, second floor, maybe a couple chests here, whatever it may be. But I think it's just a really cute area. Now I'm just gonna do a bit of landscape outside, and then that pretty much wraps it up. So right now I'm just working on a bit of exterior work, doing a bit of landscape. I built this beautiful cherry blossom tree, and I'm just integrating different plants, some bamboo with some string on top of it to not allow it to grow any further, which I think is very nice. I have a couple bush, a nice area here, and really we're just making it look overgrown and pretty at the same time. So we just have a bit of high grass. Obviously in a world I'd make it more and we'd have bigger area, but just for the little concept. And here we are, our project pretty much finished. We have our beautiful building, our Japanese like building that is just one of many styles, but I believe one of the beautiful ones. And it just fits in with our theme of what we're going here. I have a beautiful tree, cherry blossom tree that I built with a nice little area here that is plenty to add some bamboo, flowers, whatever it may be. Landscaping is very beautiful. It does a big difference. A little water thing here, not too fancy right now, and I'm just overall very pleased with our building and what we've achieved today. This was my first of this series and I'm very proud of it. I hope you guys like it, and I encourage you to use your imagination and not just copy block by block what I did, but just base off, but go your own route, as Minecraft building is really endless opportunities.